Hey guys! So, good morning. I hope that you are having a fantastic Friday! Yay! Friday! So, I'm gonna wait for a little bit while I wait for everybody to kind of log on. Okay, so I just washed my face, and during the summer I have to wash my face like multiple times a day because I have oily skin. And I just love that look, like right after you wash your face and you just look so pristine. I love that look. I wish I could have it all day because I'm sure in about an hour it's gonna be like crazy. Hi Nicole! Hey girl, how are you? Happy Friday! And my voice is like going or something, so I don't know what's going on with that. So I apologize for that, but my voice is just like doing something weird. So I wanted to talk today a little bit about sugar and intuition because the last 2 days have been really hard for me, and I'm pretty sure I know why. So I wanted to talk about it because I'm sure that I personally believe that a lot of times I go through things because it's meant to be a lesson, not just for me, but for other people. So I have come out on the other side, and I feel like it's time for me to start a whole new journey. And I figure, of course, let's talk about it today. So we're going to talk about sugar and if it affects our intuition. But if you are watching this, whether live or by the replay, if you share this video, I will pull you a goddess card after the show, and I'll send it to your messenger to see what messages the angels have for you today. So that's, like I said, also for the people who send the replay, I will pull you one too because I can see that you've shared it, which I really appreciate, guys. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, can you tell like I'm kind of low energy today? Which I think some of it is also affected by the weather. The weather today has been so rainy, dreary, and gray. So it's kind of a hard day. Whoa. Rhyming. So I think between the energy and then between the last 2 days, it's like I'm just like, when I should be like, yeah, because it's Friday, but no, not today. So okay, so let's get started. So hey Nicole, I'm really glad that you're here. Thank you so much for joining me live because I know that it's like such an awkward time. It's 10:30 or no, 10:45. Okay, I can't tell the time at all. It's 10:40, so I know people are at work and things like that. So yeah, catch the replay. But I'm glad that you're here at least. Yay. How is your Friday going? So the reason why I wanted to talk about sugar and intuition is because, okay, I'm coming down from a major sugar crash, which is why I think my energy is also just weird. It's really awkward. A few weeks ago, I was pulling from my goddess deck, and I kept pulling Goddess Coventina, like over and over and over again. I kept pulling her. And Goddess Coventina, she represents purification or detox. And so she encourages, when she shows up, what she's saying is it's time to reassess what you're doing with your diet, with your lifestyle, with your mental health, with your emotional health, and it's time to detox. But every time she kept coming up, I was like, hi Michelle. Every time Goddess Coventina kept showing up, I resisted because I was like, I know what this is about. I know that she's telling me that I need to change my diet mainly, but I don't want to do that. And so I kept ignoring her. But literally every morning I pull a card from this deck, and every morning she showed up. So I was like, okay. And then throughout the day, I kept getting random signs about people changing their eating habits or changing certain things about them. And I was just like, I don't want to do that. So I just kept resisting. I did not want to change my habits. So exactly, Nicole, right? You're like, I don't want to, because who wants to change their habits, Especially if you don't have like a direct health related issue. Even when you do, even when you know you're sick, you still don't want to change your habits. But especially when you don't have that extra like push. Was that Brianna? Yay! I I think that was you. I can't tell because it looks like the heart showed it was your picture. Hi, Bree. But every time I kept seeing these little things, people talking about, oh, I'm on a sugar detox, and oh, I'm on this, and I was just like, okay, I feel like that's another reminder, but I'm gonna ignore it and pretend like I didn't hear it. Michelle, I love sweets. Yes, meat girl, sweets. So that's what we're talking about, right? Sugar, because I am such a huge sugar person. Like that is my thing. So, and since I was a kid, and which is horrible because like my brother is also a sugar person, but he likes more like candy, where I like kind of chocolates and stuff. And he never gets cavities, but I get cavities just looking at candy. It's so ridiculous. It's not fair. Oh wow, you have to give up dairy and eggs? Tell me about that, Michelle. Like, did you notice any kind of like change, both for the good and for the more challenging? That would be really hard for me because I love ice cream and I love eggs. I don't love milk. My body does not take milk very well. And I love pizza. Oh God, I love pizza. So yeah, so it, you know, okay, so anyway, I kept getting this card over and over and over again, but I kept ignoring it. Okay, so fast forward now that's been like weeks and weeks and weeks. Fast forward to this week. This week, I was excited, I was pumped. I joined Avon, which is so fantastic. So I've been loving their materials. I got like a bag of stuff that I just love. And now that it's like, I'm in my 30s now, so I have to actually practice skincare and things like that. It's also great to be a part of something that I know I need personally too. And plus, it's just like, I tend to want to share things that I'm passionate about. So if I don't love it, I don't want to share it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm so excited about this Avon, joining Avon, and I'm so excited about my business. I have a 3-week class coming up, and so I'm so excited and I'm so pumped. And so to celebrate, I guess, I went ham on the sugar. Like I went ham. Like and I'm gonna be totally honest with you, so please love me anyway. Okay, so I love Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts are my like vice, and they've been my vice since I was a kid. We didn't have Pop-Tarts all the time. We only had Pop-Tarts whenever we were like running late to school or something like that. It was always on the run, so we didn't have it all the time. So now as an adult, I love to get my Pop-Tarts. So I got a big thing of Pop-Tarts. Then there's this place called Portillo's here in Chicago. Oh my God. And they have the most delicious chocolate cake. Oh my goodness. It is like, the frosting is delicious. The cake is delicious. Like, I need to stop talking about it because it's making me hungry. So they have the chocolate cake. And then when I walked into the grocery store that's right around the corner from me, I walked right into this huge ass donut display, and I'm a huge donut lover. Like I might as well be a cop, okay? Because I love donuts. Especially of the chocolate variety. Like my joke always to people is like, if God didn't make me black, I would have become black anyway because of the amount of chocolate I eat on a daily basis. So God was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and make her black because let's just save the time. Because I love chocolate. So, hi Tara! Woo, that's my girl. Yay! Yay! So she knows a little bit about this because we've been talking about this. But yeah, so I love chocolate. So do not judge me, guys, please. So this day, I was so like, oh, thanks, Tara, yay! So I'm gonna send you a goddess card too, okay, since you shared. Yay! Oh, let me remind you guys, yeah, if you share this video, whether you're watching live or on the replay, I will send you a goddess deck, not a deck, calm down, a goddess oracle card, okay? Yay, Tara, thank you for sharing, I see. Okay. So on this particular day, today is Friday, so this was Wednesday. I was so pumped, again, about all these businesses and all these things happening that I go to the store and I bought a big thing of Pop-Tarts. Then I saw the donut display and I was like, oh, let me get them donuts. So I didn't just get the one with like 6 donuts. I got the one with like 12. Oh my God. I can't believe I'm admitting this. So I got the one with like 12 donuts, 12 chocolate donuts. And then on my way home, I saw Portillo's and I was like, ooh, I would really want to get some cake and some fries. So I went and I got some chocolate cake, a piece of chocolate cake, and I got fries. And I came home and then I ate like 4 Pop-Tarts. I had the fries, which we all know it's like, that's carbohydrates, which then turns into sugar. Then I had 3 donuts. And I had the chocolate cake. Okay? Like, it... Do not judge me, y'all. Don't judge me. I went so hard. I was like so excited about my life that I was like, I'm going to eat all the chocolate. All of it. And it was so good. Now, the problem is, number one, I hadn't had lunch. And I had like the tiniest breakfast just because I was in a rush. So I feel like I also ate like way too much than I normally would eat just because I hadn't actually had any real nutrition. So yes, girl. Yes, Nicole. I went in and I ate so much sugar. And then, of course, I ended up feeling sick. And now it's like I'm supposed to be working. I'm supposed to be talking to clients, trying to get out there. But I was so not motivated because I was so, like, my stomach was hurting. My brain was really foggy. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I can't. Oh yes, and then time of the month too. Oh my gosh, mine is coming next week, which also may explain what's going on here. But yes, time of the month is also worse. Like it's like a chocolate massacre for me. Okay. So yeah, so Boost bars. Okay, so you had 3. Okay, so then I don't feel bad. You can't judge me. You can't judge me, Michelle. So I had all of this chocolate and I felt horrible, and my stomach hurt, but what was mostly affecting me, honestly, was the fact that my brain was so out of sorts. Like I just could not focus. So I had to lay down, which means now I'm not working, right? Because I'm laying down. But I had to honor my body. I laid down, and then ridiculous me was like, you know what? I'll use this time to meditate. And number one, I fell asleep. When I woke up and tried to meditate again, I could not connect. Like it was like I was having such a hard time with connecting. So I was like, okay, what is going on? How come I feel like so, like so isolated? I just can't seem to connect with like my spiritual self. But I was like, you know what? Okay, I still wasn't connecting it. Hey girl! So I still wasn't connecting it and just thinking like, okay, whatever. It just must be, maybe I'm just too tired. Maybe I'm stressed. I just couldn't connect it. All right. So then the rest of the day goes on and I try to have dinner. Hi, Sharon. I try to have dinner that night. And I ended up getting even more sick. And I had a healthy dinner. I had chicken, I had vegetables, and I had salad. But I ended up just feeling even more sick. Oh, wow, Michelle, that's awesome. Girl, we need to talk because you're doing amazing things. I love it. But yeah, so I ate the food and I just ended up walking away just feeling even more sick. Okay, and also just as a reminder, if you just joined me, if you share this video, I will send you a goddess card after the show. So I ended up lying down again and I fell asleep. And my entire night through my sleep, it was the most unfit sleep. Like I could not rest. Normally I'm a really big dreamer and I remember my dreams. I've been that way since I was a kid. I know that that's how the angels tend to talk to me. And I could not even like dream properly. It was like very in and out, and just it was so horrible. I couldn't sleep, and yet I was so out of it. So then I wake up the next day, I'm exhausted and I'm tired because I just did not get enough good sleep. So you would think that I would have learned my lesson and been like, maybe I shouldn't have so much sugar today because clearly I went into a sugar coma. No, ladies. I decided that I'm going to go hard again. So the next morning, I had Pop-Tarts for breakfast. It's like I'm not even giving myself a chance here. I had Pop-Tarts for breakfast. Then for lunch, I had a salad. And then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have 2 donuts. You know what I'm saying? Just a little sweet tooth. So instead of the 2, I had 3. And then I think I had Pop-Tarts again for like an afternoon snack. Oh my goodness. And I think my body went into overdrive. Like, not only was I super hyper, but I ended up feeling like I was crashing, like the whole, like just crashing. Hi, Shakisha! Yay! So I ended up just feeling like I was crashing, like all the way through. Not last night, the night before, Wednesday night was date night with my boyfriend. Oh my gosh, I was all over the place. I was so discouraged, so negative. Like, my vibration was so freaking low. And my boyfriend, who's really naturally optimistic, which is one of the reasons why I absolutely love him, it's also one of the reasons why I absolutely hate him. He was driving me crazy because he was being so optimistic, you know? And I was like, Jason, like, what the heck? You know, like, it was driving me so crazy because I really needed him to just chill out with the optimism. Like, I was like, I want to be negative right now. I'm so discouraged. This and this and this is happening. And he was like, what is going on with you? And I was so weepy. Oh my goodness, I was so weepy. And so I was just all over. And then, again, I tried to meditate. And I could not, for the life of me, meditate. Like, it was like, it wasn't even like I was falling asleep. It was just like I couldn't escape my physical body. And for me, that's what meditation does for me. It allows me to escape that piece of my body so that way I can connect with my angels. So the fact that I could not connect sent me spiraling. Like, I spiraled into sadness, and I was just like, I feel so alone. I want this, I want that. And so of course, all of a sudden, like, when your feelings are starting to be like, when you feel sad, even if there's no reason to feel sad, what ends up happening is your thoughts try to find something to be sad about, something to validate why your heart is breaking. So you start to spiral and to look for every single problem that there might be in your vicinity, so that way you can justify why you feel sad, why you're crying, why you're angry, whatever. And that's what happened to me. I started to be like, oh, I don't have any friends, and just like, I was just going like insane. And then it hit me. I realized that it was the sugar. Listen, I told you guys, like I started at the beginning of the story, right? I was so excited about Avon. I was so excited about my business. Things were going great. And that one choice to celebrate with an overload of sugar ended up pushing me back 2 days where I couldn't effectively work because I could, like, so much of my business is so intuitive. Like, I have to be connected with my angels to know, like, who I'm supposed to contact, who I'm supposed to reach out to, when I'm even supposed to post. I will get that intuition, that nudge that's like, put out a post right now. Somebody needs to hear this voice about crystals or about whatever. Like, so much of what I do is intuitive. So if my intuition is off, I might as well not work, because it's just not really, okay. Apparently my cat is going crazy. But it's like, so much of what I do is intuitive that if my intuition is off, I might as well just not even work. And that's that's what ended up happening, on top of the fact that, oh, thanks, Nicole. Yeah, I certainly will. On top of the fact that when you are in that kind of sugar coma anyway, right? It's super hard to even focus anyway, regardless of how intuitive you describe yourself to be. When you're in a sugar coma, all you want to do is sleep and be lazy, because your body is like she is eating the candy. I mean, his name is Leonardo. And you're right, he probably is eating the candy. But it's like, when you are in a sugar coma, your body is working so hard to try to develop the insulin to break down that sugar, that what it ends up doing is it exhausts itself. And because I had remember guys, I ate a lot of sugar. my body was probably all out of whack. And so it couldn't even try to focus on like intuition. It was trying to just focus on not making me go overboard. So I'm starting to feel better now. And luckily I have amazing girlfriends. Like I have like such a powerful goddess squad, that some of them like reached out to me randomly. They just felt like something was off with me, which is insane because this is through the internet. But yet they sent me a message and was like, hey, what's going on? I feel like something's not right. I had other friends where they went live, and just hearing their voice triggered my own intuition to kind of show up again and connected me to be like, oh, I'm not alone. Like Shakisha went live yesterday, and that did something for me that was so intense. Like just her presence and her energy is so powerful for me. And so I needed that right at that moment. And then I just have such amazing girlfriends. Like they're just so, I wish that we were all closer because I deeply love them and they're so powerful for me. So today I'm feeling a little bit better, but as you can tell, probably my energy is still kind of low. And I think it's because I'm still trying to recuperate. But the biggest lesson that I learned is I have got to chill with the sugar. Now, sugar is in everything. Like, I mean, sugar might as well be in our freaking air because it's just everywhere. So it's going to be quite a hard transition. So I'm not saying that I'm avoiding all sugar, because I also think that for me, in this case, I can go cold turkey on a lot of things, but I don't think I could do that with sugar. So it's going to be a gradual transition. However, what I really think I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to be very serious and purposeful about maybe avoiding things that I know are straight up sugar, like the Pop-Tarts. I know that that's straight up sugar. Cake, I know that that's straight up sugar, versus like carbohydrates, where it's like I know that it translates into sugar through your body. I'm not going to say I'm not going to have fries or bread and things like that, because I'm going to have them, but maybe I'll chill on like how much I have them, because of the fact that I think for myself, because I'm so addicted to sugar, if I were to go so hard, I'd crash harder than anybody in the world and you would never see me online. Swedish treatment. Right. Yeah, exactly, Michelle. And I think, yeah, weaning is going to be the best thing, I think, for me. But the reason why I also feel this desire is not only because, like, I have been trying, like, I have been, trying to lose weight and like all these different things. And that never motivates me. It never keeps me going, because I always end up like, I can work out pretty much every day because I love to work out, and I work out mainly for my anxiety. But I end up eating a lot, and that's where, and not even just like a lot, it's just, I eat a lot of sugar. It's not even like, but that never motivates me, basically, is what I'm saying. Like, the idea of losing my weight, obviously is not a big motivator for me. But the last 2 days, not being connected to my angels, no bueno. That is no good for me. I cannot have that happen. Now, the beautiful thing that I have to say about my angels is that even though I couldn't feel them, they were certainly around me, and they let me know that, and I'm glad that they did that. So I have never seen more synchronized numbers and signs than I ever have in the last 2 days. I constantly saw 1111, 111. I saw 4s everywhere, 3s everywhere. I even so much as saw 3 freaking bunnies just hopping around my apartment randomly. I also saw, I was driving, complaining to my boyfriend about how I was feeling, and I was at a light, and I look up, and there is a white butterfly literally right on my windshield. And it was almost like the white butterfly was like, look at me, hello, look at me. Now, why this is significant for me is because butterflies are a huge, huge thing for me since I was a kid, where they signify positive change for me, and that things are going to be okay. So every time I see them, I know I don't actually see them all the time. I'm not one of those people that sees butterflies all the time, but every time that they pop up, I know that I'm in a good, like something good is about to happen. So the fact that happened, oh, why, Michelle? Why do you say, am I in your head? Are you seeing the numbers too? But yeah, so the fact that that happened at that moment, the moment that I was complaining, tells me that the angels were trying to let me know, like, you feel disconnected from us because of your recent choices, but we are not disconnected from you. And I loved that feeling. Then I also kept getting this like reminder to connect with Archangel Michael, which is super weird because when I talk about angels, I don't usually talk about them by name. I usually just say angels. And there's a deep reason for that and all of that stuff, but I'm not going to get into that side of the story. But I just normally just say the angels. But the name Michael kept coming up. And so I was like, okay, I don't know what this is about. So last night, was it last night? Yes, last night, Tara was doing a video doing cards, and the card that she pulled up for me was Archangel Michael. Oh, and that just hit me so hard because it was that reminder that he in particular is trying to talk to me, and he helps a lot with like clearing space, with protection, which is something that I always feel like I need to know that I'm protected. It's like a really big thing for me. So the fact that that happened let me know that one, I need to really repair my relationship with calling the angels by name. And then two, that I need to directly speak with Archangel Michael for help. And then three, because I was starting to realize that what was happening was my sugar intake was affecting me, I realized that Archangel Michael is saying, let me help you with your sugar addiction. And so here we are. Because now I realize that what's going to motivate me most to get rid of my addiction to sugar is my desire to stay connected with my angels. Not only for my business, because like I told you, my business is so intuitive, and not only for a sense of feeling protected, but also because for me to feel connected and to not feel alone, I need to know that my angels are around me. Does that make sense? But when I am so disconnected from my intuition, what for me, how it manifests is I develop anxiety, which is why I'm an anxiety coach. My anxiety goes crazy, and I also feel really, really isolated. And no one likes to feel like they're alone. No one. We are meant for connection. Whether through human connection or through spiritual connection, our bodies are meant, we're like freaking puzzle pieces, and so we are meant to connect with one another. So having that feeling of feeling like I'm on my own, no, that's not good for me. It's such a huge trigger for sadness, which is why I was weepy, why I was crying, and it's my trigger for anxiety, which creates panic attacks and things like that. So I don't know all the research about this, but because I am a researcher by nature, you bet your ass I'm gonna be researching to find out like what is the connection between, particularly not just between sugar and our brain, because I kind of know that, but particularly when it comes to sugar and our intuition, because I really, for me, these last 2 days, I see how that really affected me, and what it did to me. So I'm going to be researching that, so you can expect to see some posts about that, because that's where my head is at right now. But I'm definitely also going to be asking the angels for help, and that's something that I also want to encourage you guys to do too. The angels will help you if you ask for help. Most times they do not interfere in your life until you ask, unless it's something like drastic. So for example, Tara had mentioned last night in her video, let's say if you're about to jump into the street and a car is coming at you, if it's not your time to go home, the angel will intervene because it's not your time. But for the most part, they're kind of just flying around, just living their spiritual lives and doing what they can. But when you ask for help, they are right there. And so that's where I think Archangel Michael was trying to let me know, like, I'm here to help you out. Ask me for your help, ask me for help, and I will be there. So that's what I'm going to be doing, is asking him for help, particularly with my sugar addiction. But if you guys also are on the same journey or same path, and you have any resources, videos, books, that you think that would be very helpful, particularly when it comes to sugar and intuition, I would really love it. I'm gonna watch the video Fed Up on Netflix, just to get an idea, of course, a more in-depth idea of how sugar affects our bodies in particular, because I know that in understanding that, you can also understand how it affects your intuition. But I do want something that's particularly focused on intuition and seeing just how crazy that can be. You're welcome, Michelle. I'm so happy that this helped you, and I'm so glad you watched all the way through, girl. Hand clap for you and Nicole. Yes, you're still here. I love it, you guys. Oh, you guys are my sisters. I just love it. Yes, somebody just suggested it to me this morning, that the movie is really awesome. I haven't seen it, which is crazy because I'm a huge documentary freak. So it's interesting that I have not seen it. But you know what I think it is? It's like most times when I watch food documentaries, I end up feeling just awful because I'm an empath. So I know that the food industry is not the best. I do eat meat. So I try to eat organic, farm-fed, local types of meats, so that way I know that they are more likely to be treated with respect. Because I think there is a way to be smart about eating animals and things like that, where you're kind of like, if you've seen the movie Avatar, and I love how when they take the life of an animal, they do this ritual where they kind of like thank the animal for its service to its body. So I think that there is a way to do that with love, and so that's what I try to do with eating meat. I try not to consume meats that are just like, you know, that's a whole different topic. But I also feel better as well when I eat foods that don't have extra hormones in it, and I don't feel so guilty, you know, knowing that I'm eating, that I'm aware of the service that this animal has given to me. Like it's pretty cool. But and I also kind of grew up eating mainly vegetarian as well. So once I've now eaten meat, it's kind of hard for me to be like, I don't want this because it's really good. So I eat it, but I do think that your mother is vegan, girl. Now that is hardcore. I can't imagine being vegan. I love stuff. But Michelle, it's like you don't eat dairy or eggs, so it's like you're kind of close there. But yeah, your mom, Nicole, like she is a true freaking goddess. But honestly, I really think that eating vegan, I think that eating vegetarian is a really good thing for people, especially when it comes to intuition. I really think that there is something to be said about that, because it does provide this like extra clarity that I think that makes it a lot easier, I think, to connect with your clairs and to connect with your spiritual gifts. Whereas I think eating meats and things like that, they have more of a potential to clog up your system, both from a physical standpoint and an emotional and spiritual standpoint as well. Now, is it possible to still be very spiritual, very emotionally healthy and things like that with eating meat? Oh, definitely. But I think that it's an easier transition when you are eating foods that are more like your body is meant to kind of break down and handle. Yeah, see, Michelle, I think honestly that's what's going to happen for me. I think that my awakening is what's going to motivate me. Before, I was trying to do everything for weight, but I don't think weight loss is going to motivate me. I think that the lack of connecting with my intuition is actually what's going to motivate me more. Let's see. Okay, so I see, Nicole, you said, I was a vegetarian for 3 years, but I ended up getting gallstones. I don't know why, but I'm eating meat, and now I'm freaking fat. Oh, no, stop. But you know what, though? Honestly, first of all, fat, not bad. So that's my first thing that I gotta say. We have villainized the word fat, and it's not bad at all. So I've done it, like one of my friends, she says I'm fat and I'm fabulous, and I love it. And I'm like, yes, girl, I love it. But here's the thing, too. There are some people who are not like meant to break down meats. So if you're noticing that you're gaining weight and you're not like comfortable with it, it doesn't make you feel good, it doesn't make you like all of that, you might not be good with eating meat. And that's a whole different conversation, but I would definitely look into that, because there's things like blood type diet where some people, based off of their blood types, they don't break down things as easily as other people with a certain type of blood type. So there's that. You can also, I just saw a book in Barnes & Noble on that, actually. So there's that. And then there's also just the issue of just, for some reason, it's just, if that's not how your body like works, it's like, why are you doing this to me? You know what I mean? So it's just holding on to the weight. instead. You know what I'm saying? Like keeping it for further storage. So that may be it. And it may not be all meats. You may be like, maybe eating red meat is not, no bueno for you. And maybe you need to stick to more to like fishes, white meats, and things like that. Maybe it's white meat, but you can experiment and find out like what makes you feel good, what takes away the weight, if that's what motivates you, and go with that. But if you love the weight, girl, because for me, I gained weight, and I don't love how much I gained, because it's a little harder for me to like walk and things like, I mean, I can walk, but I'm just saying like I don't feel at my most capacity. So I want to lose a little bit of weight, but for the most part, I want to keep it because I like being thick. Hey. Okay, so I need to stop treating myself and learn my lesson. Yes, Michelle, that's me. As you can see, it's like, right, I was so excited about my life that I majorly treated myself. And I think I need to stop using food as a reward and use it more as like, something to enjoy, for nourishment, even for connection with friends and family. But to use it as a reward, it's like I need to find something else. Maybe do my nails, go out, go by the water, go to the beach or something, but not use it so much. And definitely, I definitely need to learn how to not overindulge, because I think that was really what made me have this problem the last 2 days. I think if I had done it lightly, I wouldn't have gone through so much sickness the last 2 days. But I think because I overindulged, my body was even more like, okay, we're gonna teach this girl a lesson. So yeah, so I definitely think that plays a role into it. And so I'm gonna be on this journey now where I'm gonna try my best to eat just a lot less sugar. Thankfully, I ate all the sugar that I have in this house. So I have no temptation now in the house. But my temptation still is going to be like when I go to the store and stuff like that. Like that's going to be a little bit of a difficult thing for me. Is trying to stay away. So, okay, ladies, well, that's going to be all that I have for today. Thanks so much, Nicole and Michelle, for watching all the way through. You ladies are freaking awesome. I just love it. So I'm really grateful that you did this. And then, like I said, guys, if you're also watching the replay, thank you so much for watching this. I hope that this encourages you. If you have any questions or anything like that about sugar and intuition, go ahead and shoot me a message because, like I said, I don't know all the answers, but I am in the process of researching things. So you can expect to see some posts about that. And of course, you're going to also see some posts about which crystals to use, because that is all me, right? So I'm like looking up crystals to help me with addiction and like all of that. So I'm going to be posting about that today because I know that my crystals are really going to be what helped me, as well as my new friend, Archangel Michael. I know he's going to be on this journey with me as well. So shoot me a message if you have any questions. And if you shared this video, of course, I will go ahead and send you your goddess card. I'm shuffling them now. So I will send that to everyone who's shared. Okay, whoa, a card just freaking jumped and I have to read it because it's so freaking amazing. Okay, guys. Okay, so, holy crap. Okay, so the card that I pulled, which I think honestly this is going to be a collective energy. Sorry guys, I got a call. So I think the card, this is all for all of us. It's Abundancia. And I love her. Goddess Abundancia is all about prosperity. So she says the universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. So all of us on this call today, or on this video today, as well as people who are watching this live, if you felt called to watch this, she literally jumped out of the deck to let us know, be open to freaking receiving. I'm so excited about this because every time she pops up to me, I end up finding like more time in my day. I get more money. I get more opportunities. So I'm so excited. She hasn't popped up for me for the last couple of weeks, and normally I get her a lot and then things happen. So the fact that she's popping up now, I'm excited, ladies. So look for opportunities, because Abundancia doesn't just come in the form of money, even though, I mean, let's look here. She clearly, but she does come in the form of abundance of time, abundance of resources, abundance of friendships, abundance of all that stuff. So you may find that it shows up in other ways too. But yes, she also does definitely come up in money. So be on the lookout, ladies. That is amazing that she jumped out. I'm so happy she did that. Okay, so I'm going to get offline here, and I will talk to you sisters later. Love you so much for watching. Bye, Michelle. Bye, Nicole.